as she can.
Yeah, of course you'll see lots of different styles. If they know it's an easy one, they will sometimes just stand and give it air time and just bang it and float it over there. And other times you'll see, you know, some of the real top wall handlers, they'll literally unroll it like rolling a sleeping bag out. They'll come along the side of the table and it sort of rolls out the way they've picked it up. So a lot of skill in that and a lot of art and know-how of thinking this fleece is not going to respond if I do this. And we're in the semi-final, so let's spend just that wee bit of time and walk to the side of the table and unroll this baby and hopefully prevent those penalty points. Here we go, it's Kieran Herbert again with her aggressive style. You watch her feet under the table there. She just shuffles along there. Her hands are really, really busy. She's going quite deep on that fleece there. She obviously thinks that she needs to go there. She's very, very experienced. She's represented New Zealand numerous times, isn't she?
She has. She's had that world representative experience. She was in the world team up in Ireland, so she's no slug to this game. She knows what it is. In fact, when I was looking through the semi-finalists, we've got Ronnie Goss and Joel coming up, past winners. There's no winners that have been or past winners in this heat, so it'd be kind of cool to see something come through. Again, look at that. You know, there's good, bad and ugly in those throws, isn't there?
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a fair mixture there. And of course, another sheep to go just yet. So we're giving them a good run here. Round the edges they go. This is Anne-Marie here in the front, just taking the edges off. You see that darker stuff on that leg there? She went for that. Back to a shot of the shearer flicking the belly out the back. Well, it's got to be one from the shearer's point of view. It has to be clear of the shearer. So that's part of his job, is clearing it from the sheep and himself for the wool handler, whether it be out the front or out the back. Most of it goes out the back these days. You'll see it here on Amy's stand where it gets to the belly, and once again out the back. But the tables are clear there for Amy, and she's back to that belly that I just spoke about. Sophie, onto that modulated fibre. The shearer's sticking together. It's got to be like a sheared situation, of course. We don't want to just making this up for a bit of a show. This is really what does happen in a shed. And of course, Mavis, the shearers get a whole lot of prestige and honour and carrying on, but really the people who add huge value to this product is actually the wool handlers. And of course, the best, and really not the only time, but the best time by a long shot to add value to this product is when it's coming off.
That's right. So let's just look here at Anne-Marie. You know, that roll, bit loose, bit too big. The criteria for a good roll is tight, compact, and then it's got to be placed. But she's made a nice job of getting it off the table. The tables are all clear, so, you know, this thing is going to be pretty tight, I reckon. Look at Sophie. She's come a long way, this young girl from Australia. She's doing real well. Turn, flick, back. So that was their last sheep, and now the time begins. 1 minute 30 is what they've got, and they're going to have to go like heck with these big fleeces. There she goes. Way to go, Sophie. Kieran already around the top. Amy Karaka, she's from Tikaraka up the East Coast, a product of Elsa Fleming. So, you know, no slug there as well. These women have all been mentored by highly trained elite wool handlers. It's a great thing to see. Kieran's got her fleece off. First one off. Let's see how quickly she can get organised. One of the things I've talked about before, Gerald, is if you don't have a plan for your clean-up, you're going to be in trouble. And you can see those who have got a plan, they're organised, they've set themselves up, they're finished within a click, whereas if you're not quite sure, it can be a long, drawn-out period.
Yeah, definitely. It's just incredible how they use those brooms. I've always been intrigued how they use the brooms.
Yay.
Oh, that was a big finish by
Way
Amy.
to go, Amy.
Wow. Actually, Kieran...
Come on, Kieran. What are you doing?
There she is.
Yep. Finally. But Kieran will be disappointed that she had that much of a lead on Amy, and yet, you know, Amy kind of beat her to the shot.
Yeah, she will be disappointed because actually Amy's work area was clean all the way through. She kept it, you know, kept up with the tidiness, but for some reason there was just that little gap right at the end of what she was going to do with the, what is it, the first pieces and the second pieces.
Gerald, just have a look at this. You know, these women have only handled 5 long wools at pace, at real pace. Yep. I mean, this is not faint-hearted work. What a great first heat for this semi-final.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you did right. Well, you saw Karen,
Yeah.
breathing hard.
Yeah.
They really give it their all. You've got all the physical movement, but you've got all these different dynamics happening around you all the time, and you've got that mental fatigue that sort of sets in where you're just thinking. And of course, they would have thrown a few fleeces before they got up there, if you know what I mean, mentally in their head,
Yes.
and lost a bit of sleep last night thinking, I've made the semi, here's my chance.
Yep. So they're now getting prepared. We're just about ready to have the second heat. There's no loss of time here. It's about, come on, let's get this thing going. So as they start to tidy up and get the next heat ready, just want to shout out to the supplier of these sheep, Gerald. Cross Keys out the coast, they do this for Golden Shears every year, where this 12-month fleece is it's a little bit out of season for us here about now, but we're very grateful for the awesome job they do, and as you saw, great condition, great for wool handling competition, great to test them.
Yeah, there has to be a big thumbs up for farmers. It's a huge responsibility. I spoke at these wool handlers losing a bit of sleep over one night. Farmers will be, these farmers that supply sheep here will be losing more than one night's sleep. You can have wet days.
That's right.
It's an ongoing thing. They want to present a really good article, and they do it every year that I've been here, the last 4 or 5. And they take great pride in doing it, and they deserve the accolades and pats on the back that they get.
Oh, it's a great team effort here, and you feel it in the stadium. It's just like a big machine, really working well. But I just want to just talk a little bit about primary ITO. So primary ITO are responsible for a lot of the contract training in the primary sector. Their chairman, Mark Darrow, great guy, very committed and sincere about the job in front of them. And they have recently appointed a new CEO, Linda Sisson, and hopefully Linda is going to be with us, if she's not already, visiting and just understanding how things are working here, because the training of our people is so important, and of course primary ITO are a big part of that puzzle.
And an essential part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
As a farmer myself, a sheep farmer, and I have converted to shearing since then for whatever reason. In all facets, primary ITO play a huge part in training staff, because there's a whole lot of people, urban people now that are coming out to farms. It's not, once upon a time there was a big succession plan of farmers' sons taking over the farms. It's different today. Totally different. So we've just started the second heat of this semi-final. So this is the last chance that these wool handlers have to make their mark. So on stand 1 we have Pagan Kurodia. Pagan is from Alexandra. She's got some amazing DNA, being the daughter of Dion Morell from Alexandra, shearing contractor down there, and mother Tina Remine from the Wairarapa here. And Pagan has really done herself proud this last year, hasn't she, Gerald? Oh, she's a great competitor. You wouldn't believe she's a brilliant wool handler. You've got to be brilliant to get this far at the Golden Shears, but she's an absolute top shearer as well.
Yeah.
So when she goes to a show, she's a busy old time, because she'll be in the shearing and in the wool handling and the like. So she's great bloodline.
Yeah.
And it really is serving her well, and she's got her own personal, gritty side to her of keeping the gloves on and getting on with the job. So she's lining up the fleece.
Yeah, the other thing with Pagan, she's got a little stable of young wool handlers that she mentors and trains. So, she's an all-rounder. Look at that throw. Yeah, not too bad. Next to her we have Cherie. That fleece looks probably nice. Joel down the end. The one from Ronnie maybe looked a little bit bunched. But this is just number 1. Let's see how they go. But look at Pagan. She's going round there. She knows what is tucked under, what needs to come out. Great style.
It is.
So next table we have Cherie Alabaster. Now, Cherie shouldn't need too much introduction. She has won she has been a winner in terms of representing New Zealand. She's been a world champion, and she actually by trade is a school teacher. So, you know, we're pretty blinking lucky that the skills they learn here, they can take anywhere. But she's up there now getting that modulated fibre, top notch off. Now she's back to that fleece. She knows what she needs to do.
Yeah, she does. And of course, she served us really well. She represented New Zealand in the Trans-Tasman last night
Yes.
here at the Golden Shears, and we won that quite convincingly. And once again, her and Joel were the team. And at the end of that, they both sort of collapsed onto the board where they're standing on right now. And they really give it everything they had. It was super display of Woolhandling. Back to the board she goes right now.
Okay, Ronnie Goss. Ronnie Goss, mother of Sarah Goss, the captain of the New Zealand Women's Sevens at the Olympics, and still, Sarah's still right up there. So Ronnie has, she's been a past winner here. She won last in 2008. And her and her husband have recently purchased a new farm. They're up the Wanganui River, Whangaehu. So great to see Ronnie. It's not just all the young blood, you know. There's some real value in experience and just having been there for a little while.
Yeah, well, you've discussed systems, and when you commentate on Ronnie, you even start talking slower because her systems are so accurate and so precise that you think, well, is she not this is in total respect, but is she doing anything? She's doing everything, but her systems are so sweet that it just happens like clockwork. It's phenomenal to watch, especially live, but you'll see it live streaming here too. So she's an absolute brilliant contender and a great supporter of the Golden Shears. And yes, as you're saying, she's won it, but she's been in the final numerous times and had some really good displays of wool handling.
Yeah.
So at the moment, she's got the table clear. She's the first one to do it, and she's starting to do a bit of house cleaning already. Look at this, she's sorting up. That's Ronnie at her best. And you watch her when she throws this fleece, which I was watching before. She's very quick in just flicking it, taking what she needs and flicking it round. Of course, with the table being clear, maybe she's got more time to do a little bit of work up on with the shearer, hasn't she?
Yes.
So which would leave less for the table. So taking us quite a long to get along the line of our four wool handlers, but look at the expertise and world champions and ex-world champions and people that worn the silver fern and Golden Shears champions, and here's a man you could talk about for a minute or for a day.
That's right. Joel Henare needs no introduction, current world champion, numerous titles, master wool handler, he's got it all. A lovely, beautiful little family, pretty little wife and 3 gorgeous boys. Joel is, he's living the dream, And he has been a past winner from 2013 to 16. He has blinking dominated this space. No one's been able to get past him. And you can see, look at it, look at the accuracy of his handwork. He's thinking, he's looking all the time. He's also starting to prepare for the clean-up as well. Just the way he's moving around.
Yeah, look at him right in there close. That modulated fibre didn't even have a chance to get into the main line of fleece. We don't want that there. And here he is, back to him. So he's just working his way around this fleece. Look at his fingers go. Back to the board. But you see, he didn't really look, did he? He just knew that's where he needs to go. So it's sort of like a subconscious behaviour, really. Right, it's time to go back and see the shearer. Is he looking at the shearer now? No, he's totally focused on what's happening here. And now I'm totally focused on the shearer because I've arrived at the right time. Phenomenal. Be very good. Hopefully the camera just stays here for this throw here as we work our way down to Joel Henare. Here we go, Mavis.
Yep. Let's have a look, Joel. Out.
Oh, well.
How's that?
How's that to go around the world, eh?
You can't get too much better than that.
That's a perfect storm, Mavis, I'm sure of it.
I don't think you'd find too much. So the judge there is looking, and you can see he's looking hard because I think he would be struggling to find too much on that one. Well done, Joel.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, well
Excellent.
done. Well, the story is with judging, you can only just judge what you see, can't
That's
you?
right.
You can't actually start trying to create it. If it's a cleanly shorn sheep and you can't create something, that's it. You don't go looking for it.
No.
So that was brilliant. That was just sensational, wasn't it? So it's sitting there right now. This will be the last and final one that's on the board right now. We've got Ronnie with her nice paste sort of, look at that. She didn't even look behind her. She just chucked it in the bin from behind.
That's right.
It's
Look
a
at
blind
those
shot.
oddments.
Yeah.
Beautiful oddments. You know, good colour, good length. And although there's dirty bits within that, I think those are your first pieces, or it might even be your belly, that will wash up fantastically. Once that's gone through scour, that will wash up fantastic. But look at those board points, 22 over 5 sheep. He'd be quite happy with that. It's early days, obviously, but gee, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, he will be. Yeah, doing very, very well. So of course, this is we're talking about the best and only chance, really, of adding huge value to the farmer in this case, and the country, as the last fleece starts to arrive now for the table. And they sort it into all these lines, and people at home might be thinking, oh, all these baskets, do they really do that in the shed? Yes, they do have all these lines in the shed.
Ronnie.
This is how it goes. Ronnie's got a good one, and Joel's got another good one. Pagan's banged out one there with a wee bit here and there. Cherie's thinking, oh, that one fell over the edge a wee bit. There's still a good bit of fleece on the table, and just because it was left behind doesn't mean it's contaminated, and she knows that. So she chucked it on the table, and has now went to work on that.
So look at Joel. Look, he's not mucking around. He's into this thing. He wants this. He wants this. He's working around efficiently. He's smart. He's focused. And oh my gosh, look at the way he's just rolling that up. It's out, over, gone.
Squashed.
Yep. Tidying up that table, getting it out of the road so that he's got a good, line of sweep. He's not mucking around at all. Don't chuck that table off the stage though, Joel. But they're all in there. They're all not far away.
Yeah, that was brilliant stuff. See, he's actually clearing the table as he's pushing it with his waist at the same time. So, great utilisation of all the parts of his body. He's right down. You were discussing before about just little bits being left behind, and they all do add up. Well, Joel's going to make sure his are all clean.
That's
it's a
right.
good view here of the current world champion.
Yes.
And a 2 times world champion.
Yes.
And numerous times here at the Golden Shears. Ronnie's happy as well. She'll go for a seat in a wee minute or two, I think.
Gerald, just look along the board. Look along that board there. You get down to Joel, and it is clear. You could eat your lunch off that. Look at that.
Oh, you did right.
Yeah, he's just masterful.
Yeah.
But then so he should be. He's been mentored and trained by Joanne Kumaro. I mean, what can you say about Joanne? 6 times Golden Shears. I think it's 3 times world. To have had that kind of close mentorship that he did from her for that long, expect no less.
Yeah, true.
What a great final.
Yeah, great semi-final. That was absolutely brilliant. So we talked to the judges now. Joel's happy enough. Ronnie says hopefully that'll be enough. We've got to cut him in half, which is a shame.
Oh no, I think it's actually it's, from my point of view anyway, and not to put anything out there, but it looks pretty clean cut to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very good.
Well, thank you for that, Gerald. That's been great fun doing this with you. It's great to actually have a shearer's perspective, a farmer's perspective, and really appreciate your comments on the value add that wool handlers do make to this product that still just sits under $1 billion for the new GDP. So, still big stuff.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, well, I do have that farmer and shearer point of view. When I was young, I got another point of view. I actually worked in a wool scour myself.
Yeah.
I done 12-hour shifts. It was 6 days on and 2 off. And I was actually a part of what they call the centre, where it all gets washed. And then I was on another thing where it comes under a fluorescent light. And that's when it would really show up the darker pieces to the clean. And you would stand there all day picking up those darker pieces. And that wasn't the best opportunity to get it.
No.
And I learned that as a young boy. That is the chance to get it. As a farmer, okay, the shearers get their recognition and all that, but really you look at who's getting out of the shearing van in the morning, you think, wow, they are good wool handlers. We're going to add value today.
Yeah.
And for the viewers at home and people here, you've got to realise when that sample of wool, we send 50 bales or 20 bales in to be sold, the buyer only sees a sample of wool. He doesn't see all that wool lying on the floor and somewhere to see how good it is all. So if there is a mistake somewhere and that big machine grabs that mistake and pulls that out, the buyer thinks that's how it all is.
Yeah.
So it's very crucial that they have to be, to detail, really, the attention to detail to make sure that all the wool right through from bale 1 to bale whatever is good.
That's right, and I guess again we just need to probably give heads up to Primary ITO. Thank you so much for the sponsorship, for recognising the importance that this industry has. And on the peripheral to that, you know, CP Wools, they've been here very strong on wool preparation.
Yeah, and I'd just like to add, actually, with Primary ITO, I have found just at home with my own staff, actually, and I used to be a wee bit disappointed that I would give instructions of how something should be done and it wasn't followed that clearly. But when I got an outsider in, as in Primary ITO, I can tell you firsthand, they taught me after that. They said, well, actually, this is how it should be done. And from that day forward, it was done better than I was going to do it. But sometimes, as they say, a saint can't do miracles in their own home. So very, very good to bring in an outside point of view. And for some reason, the staff just, they just sort of respond well to it. So that was my experience with Primary ITO. They were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, no, certainly agree. So again, to Mark, Linda, the team at ITO, Primary ITO, ka pai, kia ora.
Thank you very much.